Hey everyone, I thought I would come take a peek at the river. It's warmed up a couple of degrees. But if any of you have seen my shorts from earlier today, you know that today, October 1st, we had our first flurries, and they were fat, fluffy flurries. I saw over the last couple of days that Inuvik had their first snowfall September 27th. So no flurries have stayed, as you can possibly see, from this angle anyway. But when I poked my head out at 10:30, there was still some on vehicle hoods. But it warmed up enough that it all melted. But it was quite something to see. It's warmed up enough that it's not too chilly on the fingers. Earlier it definitely was. This morning riding my bike, my thickest bike gloves were too chilly on my fingers. And of course, when I looked at the temperature last night, for instance, Winnipeg was showing us 27 degrees. While we were, I think it was -3 when I looked at like 11:30 midnight, so. Looks like the water's gone down again. I'm just looking over here, and that looks like it's recently had water on it, and now it doesn't. And same over there. That looks like the river level has dropped again. Hello, I see somebody has joined. Thanks so much. We had flurries this morning. Very, very fat, fluffy flurries. They did disappear by lunchtime. But October 1st, yep, we had them. Oh, hello. I see we have 12 now. Thanks so much for joining, everybody. This is in Norman Wells in Northwest Territories, Canada, depending on if you're in Canada or outside. That's why I tack on Canada. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining in. I just decided to come down to this boat dock here to see the view after our morning of, it's all about the flurries today. They weren't sparse. I posted, I think 2 shorts actually on the flurries that were coming down. It had stopped before 10:30, but there were a few places that they were being stubbornly not melting. So, hi Joe, England, cool. What part? My family comes from there originally, so excuse me, hair is flying in my face. Hi, Albert. So yeah, this week of temperatures is, I've got about 3 different weather apps and I've been flipping between them, and Weather Underground seems to be the closest for the overnight lows that we've been having, and for the impending, at the time, snow, or snain, but it turned out to be full-on snow. So I kind of keep flipping between them, but I'm not quite sure what kind of weather, not systems, weather they're gauges, what we have here to determine that. Because I find that they are usually pretty out in the actual precipitation portion of it, which is why I flip between three weather apps. And I was wanting to monitor the overnight lows so that I knew when I needed to bring in our pumpkin and when we need to cover our fruit trees and essentially put them to bed. So sure enough, that was fairly accurate. That I actually harvested the pumpkins on or the pumpkin, I should say, on, I think it was a Friday night, because the Sunday was expected to be past 0 overnight. So I don't think that one's gonna make it to using for Halloween, but we will end up making a pie from it, I guess, because I don't think it will deal with a month's wait to be used. So it smells so fresh and just fresh, clean air. It's such a nice crisp. Well, it's crisp because it's like 3-4 degrees. I don't think it got more than 4 degrees. It did, well, it started out last night as -3, and this morning was definitely cool with the flurries. It's all about the flurries. Anyway, yeah, it does look like the river level has dropped, because as you can, I think, can see, there's a difference between right here and what looks like recently. So we've already gotten further. Oh, there's some ducks over there. Drop in water level already before we even get freeze up. The last commenter, I'm sorry, I don't read Cyrillic, unfortunately. I would actually like to figure out Cyrillic, but hello. Hopefully we have more of a snowpack, I guess. Well, it's not just here. We need, where the Mackenzie starts out, we need the snowpack and everything that pushes all the, starts the breakup. It pushes it all downstream. So that's where it needs to start from. And it hasn't been great the last 2 years. And of course, that's just continuing the way it is because of the decline in the snowpack and ice and everything. Lisa, hello, thanks for joining in. Excuse me. Some very bright sun, as you can tell right there. It's lovely and peaceful. Peaceful, quiet. And I am keeping my eye out for black bears. So I don't tend to like to go all the way down, just so that I can go back up without tripping on anything if I have to walk backwards, which I haven't. Cross my fingers. Hello, Isaac. Lisa, huh? That'd be interesting. It's funny, we'll come across, somebody will pop in to my work office or whatever, and I'm like, you don't look familiar. We have a transient work population, but it's funny with a small town, because I never used to live in a small town, but that you get to see a lot of repeating faces, and then one that sticks out in the crowd going, "Oh, I haven't seen you before. Did you just move up here?" Anyway, for those of you that don't know, we have two sets of mountain ranges. That's the Mackenzies and the Mackenzie River. And over that way, in other shorts that I have shown, is the Franklins. The wind is cool. I sound like your grandma? I'm not that old, thanks. Hey, OG Triple. Thanks for joining, everybody. It's always nice to see people interested in our scenery, our view. For those of you who may not know, I'm in Norman Wells, which is in the Northwest Territories in Canada. To give, if you drive up, there's only one road. If you drive up towards, say, Enterprise, Northwest Territories, there is a sign saying 60th parallel. Welcome to the, something like that. I have a post that shows it. So that is why I named my channel North of 65, because we are just past 65 degrees. So, and we do not have road access out of our region until the winter road connects with the all season between December and March. Kinsella Michael, hello. I've been told before that I don't necessarily sound Canadian. Interesting to me. My voice is actually still recovering too from a bad illness. So I'm not completely sounding like myself, but yeah, but it's possible I have a watered down version of an English, like a British English accent. Lisa Angel, do I know you? No, not that I'm aware of, but by the way, I won't necessarily always be able to reply to all comments. I try my best to do most of them, but Kinsella, thank you. It's you know what? I had a COVID strain, and I wound up in hospital with it, which you know, back to the days of when COVID first started. That yeah, that was quite frightening to have it recently. I didn't think it could still send you to hospital, but it can. So, but my loss of my squeaky voice, I guess, apparently can take close to 6 months to fully recover, which is quite surprising to me, but it is taking that much time. So yes, COVID sucks, just period. I really had no clue that if you caught it at this point from anybody, that it could cause what it did. So I'm just very glad that I recovered, and the doctors and everything were excellent. And that was that was a stint in Inuvik for about a week. I always say that wrong. It's Inuvik, not Inuvik. It's so calm today. There is a bit of a breeze, and it's a chilly breeze. But we're not going to get that many warm days anymore. This is it's pretty close to the time that we would normally get snowfall, being mid-October. So what country is this? This is Canada. But I'm up in the Northwest Territories. We're about an hour's jet plane from Yellowknife. So our entire region actually is we're flying only until the winter road opens between December and March. There's sections that are built. It sounds funny to say that there's sections, but there is, and they're. I'm not quite sure of where the process last left off, but Mackenzie Valley Highway. There are many assessments later. I can't remember if they announced that they finally secured the balance of the funding. I think they must have, because I think the last thing I heard was that they were expecting to start building on the last portion in 2027. And I think it'll take a couple of years to do it. So you are right. It is a freeze because when I went outside, I had to wear a sweater. Oh, I'm past sweater. I've got my puffer jacket on today. Sweater wouldn't have cut it this morning. What part of Canada? Ha ha ha. You're hilarious. I have not brought out my hat yet, though. That was a little too much for me this morning, so my ears are getting a little chilly in this bit of breeze. I still have to, there's still some other footage that I need to put up as a video, and editing doesn't greatly appeal to me, so I haven't got it done, but I need to. From a bike ride I took, which shows a different viewpoint of the Franklins. If the camera was pointed in the right direction, it's a new camera, but you have a channel. Do I have a channel on Instagram? I don't. I have found that too many platforms are just too hard to update. YouTube Shorts in particular are the easiest way for me to update with the time I have during the day. So that's what I stick to. We also have a sister channel that I've recently created, North of 65 Farm, and I've got many shorts on there of veg that we've been growing and developing the land into a farm that we hope to start being able to produce in not next year, but the year after. So if anybody's interested in checking that out, please do. So thanks everybody for joining. If you are interested in seeing the other side, I've shown it a couple of times. I don't often go for a walk down there, and I have one camera that I can use to, so long as it's it's not a stable anchor to video, but to see the Franklins, a different perspective and all the fall colors. Well, what's left of the fall colors? A whole lot of leaves have fallen. But if you're interested in that, I can try doing some more over there. I come a lot to this spot because I like the viewpoint, but it's only one perspective of where we are. Anyway, thanks so much, everybody. And I will be putting this, once I end the live, I'll be putting it up on the on my channel too. So if you'd like to, sorry, I'm just hearing a noise, and I think it's Esso. That's okay. If you'd like to subscribe, that's great, and you'll get notifications when I do other lives and put up shorts and whatnot. And love to see you back. So thanks. Bye. Cheers, everybody.